In the early hours of a winter evening in central Japan, the ground began to tremble with an intensity that few had ever experienced. What started as a single jolt soon unfolded into a relentless chain of seismic shocks. Within just an hour and a half, the region was struck by 21 earthquakes, each powerful enough to register above magnitude 4.0. At the height of this sequence came a devastating rupture beneath the earth, a magnitude 7.6 earthquake, one of the strongest to hit the nation in recent years. It occurred on January 1st, 2024, at around 4:10 p.m., originating at a depth of about 10 kilometers. The force of this quake would alter landscapes, disrupt lives, and carve a lasting memory into Japan's long history with natural disasters.
やばい。
やばいやばいやばい。
これ佐藤大丈夫？
待って待って。
やばいやばいやばい。
これ。やば。
The violent shaking triggered immediate tsunami concerns. Japan's meteorological agency issued emergency warnings across much of the western coastline, urging coastal communities to move quickly to higher ground. In the city of Wajima, roughly 500 kilometers west of Tokyo, the first tsunami waves, rising more than a meter high, reached the shore. Along the Noto Peninsula in Ishikawa Prefecture, the waves grew even larger, some reportedly climbing up to 5 meters, crashing into harbors and low-lying neighborhoods.
Movimiento sísmico hoy 1 de enero del 2024.
El jack se va a caer y va a estar en tu computadora.
Across west-central Japan, towns perched along the Sea of Japan found themselves suddenly vulnerable. The earthquake's reach extended far beyond its epicenter. Tremors rippled into Tokyo and throughout the Kanto region. Trains stopped, buildings swayed, and millions of people paused, remembering the weight of past disasters that have shaped Japan's collective resilience. Authorities responded swiftly. The Japan Meteorological Agency worked closely with international partners to confirm the quake's magnitude and evaluate ongoing risks. In Ishikawa, Niigata, and Toyama prefectures, sirens and loudspeakers urged residents to evacuate. People climbed rooftops, moved toward nearby hills, or sheltered inside sturdy buildings designed to withstand tsunamis. At Kanazawa Station, where many had gathered for holiday travel, the sudden shaking brought crowds to a standstill. Japan's chief cabinet secretary, Hayashi Yoshimasa, addressed the nation soon after. He confirmed that no nuclear power plants had suffered immediate damage, a crucial reassurance in a country where the memory of Fukushima remains vivid. Officials from the Nuclear Regulation Authority stated that cooling systems were stable and that power supply to spent fuel pools had not been disrupted. Still, the physical toll across the region was apparent. In Suzu City, close to the epicenter, emergency officials reported homes and utility poles destroyed. One city office guard recalled shelves collapsing around him, describing the violent shaking that threw objects to the floor and left the surrounding buildings cracked and displaced. Other prefectures reported waves reaching up to 3 meters, though early information suggested limited immediate casualties. As always in the aftermath of disaster, the true scale unfolded slowly, one report at a time. Power providers conducted urgent inspections at nuclear facilities along the coast. NTT West, a major telecommunications operator, confirmed widespread disruptions in Ishikawa Prefecture. Mobile networks failed. Internet services went dark. Cities such as Kanazawa, Kaga, Komatsu, and Nonoichi experienced long periods of communication blackouts, complicating rescue efforts and leaving families desperate for updates.
一発目いきます。
うわ。
うわ、すごいすごい。
In Wajima City, one of the hardest hit areas, fire officials reported that more than 30 buildings had collapsed. Rescue workers began navigating unstable roads, fallen structures, and ongoing aftershocks as they searched for survivors. Scenes shared online captured cracked highways, twisted bridges, and residential streets torn open by the force of the quake. Amid the fear and uncertainty, people posted their experiences from Osaka, Kyoto, and Tokyo, describing the tremors they felt from hundreds of kilometers away. These personal voices painted a picture of a nation shaken not only physically, but emotionally.
Eh, すごい。
やばいやばいやばい。
駅ぶっ壊れるじゃん。
駅落ちるって。
Neighboring countries, too, felt the impact. South Korea's east coast recorded small tsunami waves, and authorities there moved residents away from low-lying areas. North Korea issued alerts warning of waves over 2 meters. Across the region, the event served as a stark reminder that seismic forces respect no borders. Air travel was also disrupted. Niigata Airport temporarily closed as officials inspected runways and terminals for structural damage. Rail lines were suspended while workers assessed tunnels, bridges, and overhead systems. For many, the journey home became an uncertain waiting period. Nature revealed its unsettling signs in unexpected ways. In the city of Fukuoka, large numbers of crows gathered on buildings, their loud calls echoing through quiet streets. Some residents described the scene as eerie, a reminder of the subtle ways animals often sense environmental shifts before humans do. The disaster's emotional weight was amplified by Japan's long and painful history with earthquakes. The nation has endured some of the world's most powerful quakes, including the catastrophic 9.0 magnitude event of 2011 that triggered a tsunami and nuclear crisis, claiming nearly 1,800 lives. More recently, in 2022, a 7.4 magnitude quake struck off Fukushima's coast, leaving several dead and many more injured. Even memories stretching back a century to the 1923 Great Kanto earthquake remain part of Japan's cultural consciousness.
Wow, すごいすごい。
The 2024 rupture along the Noto Peninsula became another chapter in this ongoing story, a reminder of both the region's geological volatility and the resilience that defines its people. In the hours that followed, communities came together. Strangers helped one another climb to safety. Emergency shelters opened their doors. Rescue teams, trained through decades of experience, mobilized with precision and determination. For many survivors, the most powerful memories were not the destructive forces themselves, but the human connections formed in the midst of fear. People described comforting one another on high ground, sharing blankets, food, and quiet moments of hope as they waited for news of loved ones. These small acts of compassion, repeated across countless towns and cities, became the emotional core of the disaster's legacy.
これ岩と一緒。岩って
やばい
これ
やばいね。
やばい
やっべ。
As the immediate danger passed, Japan faced the long process of recovery, rebuilding homes, restoring communication lines, and piecing together lives interrupted by the quake. But the event also reinforced important lessons: the need for preparedness, the value of community support, and the importance of respecting nature's immense power.
やばいやばいやばい。すっげえ揺れてる。
いや今動けん今動けんこれやばい動かんほうがいい動かんほうがいい絶対動かんほうがいい
And so, as the story of this earthquake settles into history, it stands as both a reminder of vulnerability and a testament to strength. It reflects a truth shared around the world, that even in moments of sudden upheaval, people can endure, rebuild, and rise again. In the end, the seismic waves faded, but the resilience of those who faced them remained. And long after the ground stilled, their courage continued to echo, quietly, powerfully, across the landscape of Japan.